Hi Jay.
Hi Zaid.
So wait for 5 minutes. We will start.
Sure.
Hi Jay.
Yes, Zaid. Hello.
Yes. So we can start now.
Okay. So hello everybody. Good morning. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So just to introduce myself. छोड़ दूं क्या ये? Hello. Really sorry for that. Yes. Hello. Just to introduce myself. My name is Jay Kumar, and I am a senior EWM consultant. I have total experience of 15 years in SAP, and out of that 7 years in EWM and 8 years in MMWM. So I have done several implementations, worked on the support project as well. I was also there in Canada for 3 years in the Montreal region for implementation in the large scale dairy company in the Canada and the US regions. And I was also there in Australia and Argentina and Europe for EWM and WM implementations. Okay, so let us start the demo. So we will first go through the PPT, and then we will see the course content, and then we will have a short demo in the system. At any point, if you feel that you have any questions, just stop me there and raise your questions. Okay, so let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so why EWM? As you already know that SAP has already the WM application. Still SAP has came up with the EWM. And what was the need for that? So it was that WM, SAP standard WM do not offer all the required functionalities, business processes, and the clients, they had to go for several enhancements. And all those things are managed in standard in EWM. Also for the very complex warehouses where you have very fast moving products, SAP EWM offers many more standard solutions as per the need of the complex warehouses. That is the reason SAP is going to sunset WM application in 2025, and after that it will be all EWM. Okay, to start with the basic organization process, so you must be knowing that we have the inbound process, outbound process, and production process. So EWM has the integration with the inbound, production, as well as the outbound process. For example, if you talk about any organization, you receive the raw material. That could be milk. You receive the milk, and the milk is received in the staging area and stored it in the warehouse. Then you issue the milk for the production consumption and produce the cheese products. The cheese products are again stored in the warehouse. From there, it will be shipped to the customer. So we can see that EWM has the integration with the inbound process where you have PO and inbound delivery, with the production process where you have production order, process order, and also with the outbound process where you have the sales order and outbound delivery. Okay, so when we don't have the WM or EWM application, then the inventory is managed at the storage location level. But in case you have a WM, then the plant and storage locations are linked to the warehouse number. And you manage the inventory at the bin level. But in case you have a EWM application, then we have the structure where plant and storage locations combination, which are linked to your regular warehouse management E00. It is then further linked to E100, that is a EWM warehouse. And we have this organization structure in the EWM where the warehouse which is linked to the storage location is subdivided into storage type, which is then further divided into storage section, and the last spot where your products are stored is storage bin. So any questions so far? I will just take a pause of 10 seconds. In case you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, so if we go further in the warehouse structure, if you have already the exposure to the WM, then you might be knowing this warehouse structure. But if you haven't come across the warehouse management and you are simply working in the MM and SD, then for you it will be the first time. Assuming that we are in the automobile industry, and as you know that automobiles, we have different type of vehicles. So considering that we have two types of products, vehicle more than 1600 cc and vehicles less than 1600 cc. So you have two parking structures. right? And you have different categories in the vehicle less than 1600 cc, and similarly you have different categories in the vehicle more than 1600 cc. So all those vehicles you will be storing in the different levels. Say the product 1 you are storing at level 1, product B you are storing at level B, and so on. So the two parking structures are called as a storage type. Each level of parking is called as a storage section, and the exact parking space where your vehicle is stored is a storage bin. And the quant is just the characteristics of the material. So quant number gets generated internally by the system and gets deleted by the system based on your goods movement. And the activity area here is the grouping of storage bins based on the activities which you are going to perform in the warehouse. So assuming that this is our warehouse, so we have the organization elements. We have the doors where the truck comes carrying the inbound shipment. Truck unload the product at the doors, move it in the staging area. From the staging area, in the simple process, you will move it in the fixed bins. That is a warehouse bin. And similarly, in the outbound, based on your picking strategies, you withdraw from fixed bins, move it in the staging area, and then load it into the truck which is standing at the outbound gate. That is the simple inbound and outbound process. But if you go one step ahead, we might receive the big container from the vendor, and our warehouse bins are small enough to accommodate that. So we might require to split the container into two different small containers. That is called as a deconsolidation. So we move the product from staging area to the deconsolidation, where we will split the container or carton or pallet and then move the individual pallets in the bin. Similarly, if we have any special packing requirement from the customer, we withdraw the product based on our picking strategies. We repack as per the customer requirement in the packing workstation and then move it in the outbound staging area. So this deconsolidation and packing are work centers. Any questions so far? Anybody? Okay, and on the right side, you can see the yard management. That is the structure of yard, which is used for the truck movement. And that is also the part of EWM application. In case you have 5 trucks coming in the warehouse at the same time, and you just have 3 doors available where you can get the truck load or unload. So the remaining 2 trucks will be standing in the parking area within the yard. So that will be covered in the yard management. So every element has a structure like storage type, storage section, and storage bin. Even if you have the work center, then the work center is assigned to the storage bin. So if we talk about the inbound process, in the ERP side, we create the purchase order and inbound delivery, which generates the inbound delivery in the EWM. So in the non-S4HANA system, we have the inbound delivery notification, but this document, notification document, is no more there in the simplified S4HANA systems. Similarly, in the outbound process, we have the sales order and outbound delivery in the ERP side, which generates the outbound delivery order in the EWM. Outbound delivery request, it was there in the non-S4 R3 system, but in the S4 HANA, we don't have the outbound delivery request. So this inbound delivery and outbound delivery order are called as a warehouse request. With reference to warehouse request, we create a warehouse task. The warehouse task is about the goods movement. What you want to move, how many units you want to move, from where you want to pick, and from where you want to put away. all this information will be there in the warehouse task. So if you already know the WM application, you can correlate this with the transfer order in WM. And then we have the warehouse order, which is a new concept in the EWM. It is about a work package that is given to the employee. It is a kind of big ticket. And the worker is responsible to execute the warehouse task, which is linked to the order. And the warehouse orders are created based on the warehouse order creation rules. Okay, then we have the wave management and two-step picking. So that will be, instead of picking the individual deliveries, we club the deliveries and pick it together. For example, if two deliveries are going in the same truck, then why should we pick the individual deliveries separately? We club the deliveries and we do the combined picking. That will be in the wave management. Then we have the warehouse process type in the EWM. It is again the new concept, and you can correlate this with the movement type in the ERP site. Then how the product we are going to pack, what will be the customer requirement, how the products are coming from the vendor, and the packing will happen based on the packaging specification. Then we have the yard management. The yard management is movement of truck within the yard. So let me know in case you have any questions. Hello, anybody?
Good so far.
Okay, thanks for the confirmation.
So within the yard management, how the goods move, what kind of process they follow, like?
Okay, so as you can see here, the yard management is all about the truck movement. When the truck comes in the gate, right? If you have only 3 doors available and 5 to 10 trucks are coming at a time, and the doors are not free, so how we are managing the truck? So it is like when we go to the any post office, right? And we have 10 people sitting there and we just have 3 windows available, right? So the 3 people will be standing in the window doing their job, and the remaining 7 will be sitting in the queue. So it is all about the truck, managing the truck.
No, I understand that. But what kind of document it creates to manage the truck and all those process?
Okay, so it will also create the warehouse task.
Oh, it's also okay.
So warehouse task will be created to move the truck from your gate bin, that is a checkpoint bin, to the parking bin, and from parking bin to the door bin, and then to the door bin to the outbound side, the exit side checkpoint 2 bin.
Okay. So all movement will be happen to the warehouse task.
Yes. So EWM and WM all about bin to bin movement. So for every goods movement, the warehouse task will be created.
Okay. Thanks.
I have a few questions here because in the beginning I let you speak. First of all, if we go back a little bit, is this the extended warehouse? Is it part of the ERP or is it a separate kind of subsystem by itself?
Okay, so in the non-S4 system, it used to be a separate system, right? We had the ERP in one box and EWM in the other box. But in the S4HANA, both ERP and EWM are embedded.
Okay, that's number one. So that's mean all the configuration is done in the new system, part of the S-Pro type, and you have extended warehouse, and then you can structure your house how you would like to have it and so on. Yes. At one time in your description, I don't know, slide 2 or slide 3, you mentioned kind of what is it, work center. Is this, do you mean that in these work centers we are going to apply any costs relevant to the to that either manipulation of the goods or repackaging of the goods?
Correct, repackaging. The cost is not involved. It is all about if you want to do any additional activities other than picking and put away. Picking is stock removal and put away stock placement. But in addition to that, we may have to repack, we may have to unpack, we may have to split the HU, we may have to create multiple HUs, right? We need to do the quality inspection. So all these additional activities we are doing in the workstation.
Okay, so but that element of it is not part of the costing or anything like that.
No,
Whatever we spend in that area is really globally and proportionally distributed based on another algorithm of the management, how they would like to spend or to expense these expenses if there are any.
Yes,
That's
it is not correct. So it is the additional activities, and the expenses are not involved here.
Okay. Sorry to bring all the question in once, but I saw you have a very good diagram which explains self-explanatory, except I see on the outbound, you are talking about trucks, but they're the same thing in the inbound, they must be also trucks.
Yes, so we have the trucks in the outbound as well as inbound both.
Okay.
So in this diagram, we have seen that we have the trucks coming in the inbound. And then for the trucks there we will be doing the unloading in the GR zone, and then we have the trucks standing at the outbound. From the GI zone, we will be doing the loading into the trucks. Okay,
maybe a final. I don't know if you are extensively. What is really these? We here myself. I've been. Certified in MM twice, and I worked in several places and so on, but I never worked in automated warehouses where the barcode and the positions are very important. Is this part of it in the warehousing, that in this extended warehouse, that there is electronic recognition of whatever device is and automatic put in on the bin and extract from the bin?
Okay, so in case of the automated warehouses, we need the EWM integration with the external system. Okay, but here we will be simply doing the EWM module, and we don't have any ABAP support or middleware, PIPO, or any third-party external system.
Okay.
Right, but in case, EWM has the capability to integrate with the external system and integrate with the third-party logistics, automated warehouses, RF devices, everything.
Yeah, okay. So thank you very much. Thank you for responses and your patience with me. Thank you.
No problem at all. So the course content, we have the RFUI as well. So we will start with the creation of the brand new warehouse, right? We will not be using any existing warehouse. We create the 2 new storage locations. We create the warehouse. We create all the elements, organization structure in the warehouse. Then we have the packaging specification, how we can automate the packing of the inbound delivery, how we can automate the creation of the HUs. Initially, we will be doing without HUs. Once you are comfortable, then we will do the posting with HU manage. We will be doing all the configuration of the HU. We will be looking into the various good receipt put away strategies and the good issue stock removal strategies. Then we have the storage control. So we talked about the work center. So storage control, the work center will be coming into picture. Then we have the warehouse order creation rules. We will be doing the internal movements, that is the posting, change, stock transfer, replenishment, and physical inventory. All these are the within WM movements. Then the PPF, that is the post processing framework. It is again the new concept in EWM. That is for the you can correlate with the NES. In ERP we have the output determination, and in EWM we have the action determination. Then we have the wave management, as we have seen in the slide. We have the yard management. We have RFUI. So we will set up the RFUI in the EWM, and we will execute the inbound and the outbound movements. But we won't be able to set it up in integration with the handheld device because of the limited capability. And then we have the cross docking, where we are moving the products directly from the GR zone to the GI zone. So any questions on the course content?
No, not for me. Thank you.
Okay, so now I will show you the basic process in the system. And this will be the system which we are getting during the training. This is the S4HANA 2020. Okay, so to start with, as you already know that we create the purchase order, because every process, inbound or outbound, starts from the ERP. So we create the purchase order. And with reference to purchase order, we create the inbound delivery. So here you can see that based on the plant and storage location combination, the WM warehouse EW1 is determined. That we have seen in the diagram. So this inbound delivery, it is getting distributed in EWM. So we can go into the EWM transaction, PRTI. So all the EWM transactions, most of say 80% start from SCWM, and then we have the PRDI, PRDO like that. Okay, so the inbound delivery in the ERP will create another inbound delivery in the EWM, and this has all the EWM specific attributes. Like we had the movement type 101 in the ERP inbound delivery, and we have the warehouse process type 1010 in the EWM inbound delivery. Similarly, we have the stock type as unrestricted in the ERP, and we have the stock type F1 in the EWM. So with reference to inbound delivery, which is also called as a warehouse request, we create the warehouse task. So we can either create the warehouse task manually, or it will be created automatically through the PPF actions. So we can see here that this one is automatically created. So the system is a bit slow today. So this warehouse task is created, and in the warehouse task, you can see the product which you want to move, how many units you want to move, right? The source HU, the HU is automatically created and packed with the inbound delivery based on the packaging specification. And then the warehouse task has a warehouse order. So any questions so far?
So what you are saying to me, if you configure the system very well, you have no input to do at this time.
No, this is just a training system, and
Yeah.
I am providing the training to the other batch, so just using the same.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is really, if you configure it well, you have less input to do for the clerk, everything is.
Yeah, so this is just a demo, and that is the reason we are not going into the configuration space. Okay, so we can confirm the warehouse task and warehouse order. But when we will do the training, then we will create a new warehouse, altogether new warehouse, and do all the configurations from scratch. And then you will also be getting the server, and where you can just follow the steps, and you will be getting the recording, study material, everything, and you can follow the steps, and you will be able to create a new warehouse, configure everything on your own. So we can see that the warehouse order and task are confirmed. And then if you go into the inbound delivery, then you can see the status of the inbound delivery as completed. So if you refresh, so you can see the status here: good receipt completed, put away completed, and warehouse activity completed. So similarly, when we create the sales order, then we have the outbound delivery coming in the PRDO transaction, which is for the outbound delivery, and you create a warehouse task where the based on the picking strategies, your source bin will be determined, and then you can create the WT warehouse order and confirm it. So any questions so far? So here, if you go in the configuration, then in the ERP side, we will simply create the storage location and WM warehouse. And then we will come to EWM and we'll be doing all the configurations here. So here in the interfaces, you can see that the WM warehouse is linked to the EWM warehouse. That is the reason EW1, which is determined in the inbound delivery, is linked to EWM1 warehouse, where we can see the inbound delivery getting distributed. And here we have all the configuration steps, storage type, storage section, everything. So let me know in case you have any questions.
So how long is this course? Oh, go ahead, sir. You are first.
No, I'm just asking, is it like, as you said, yard and everything, is it possible to showcase on a demo, right? Nothing is like just theoretical, any topic on theory and not possible on practical wise?
No, yard management, we need to set up everything for the yard. So if you want to
not only yard or any other topics which is not possible in practical due to the lack of setup in the system.
The yard management we will set up in the system, but anything which requires integration to the external system, it is not possible in the training, because we just have this system and we don't have any ABAP resource or any APO resource or any middleware PIPO resources. So we have the MFS, that topic which requires integration with the automated warehouses and requires a lot of ABAP work. It is not included in the training. We have sorting, which requires integration with the APO model for the demand forecasting. It is not the part of the training like that. And somebody also asked about the training duration. So the training duration will be 40 hours, close to 40 hours. It is not hard coded that we will stop at the 40 hours. In case you don't understand anything and we are going beyond it, 45 or 48 hours, that should be fine enough. The intention is that whatever we have in the course content should be clear to you.
I understand. The question is really when you are going to start this training.
So you can coordinate with Zahir on that. Based on the availability and the enrollment, Zahir can schedule the training sessions. and we can start it.
Yes. So better, Jay, we can discuss here. Okay, so we will discuss about the timing. Okay, so weekdays and weekend, both the timings. Okay.
Yes, we are okay to start weekdays, morning IST, evening EST, or morning EST, evening IST, and we can also do the weekend batches as well, whatever is convenient.
Yeah. But you mentioned one important fact that I am very interested in is the APO. You have courses on APO? Because myself, to be honest with you, I would like to refresh and link this because myself and or my career, I'm a self-employed consultant here. I did 20 years with SAP. It's not mean I don't know anything. I know a lot of things. The question is sometimes I would like to refresh some knowledge because I've been in other area, but in the APU side and the warehouse management that interested me. So if you have a plan to give a course in APU, and even I can take the extended warehouse, which is very good. I see the way it's planned and so on, even before. And if there is an APO, I'd be interested to get one. So just if you would like to pass this to your things. My timing will be the best on weekends. I cannot work during the week because I work during the week. So it's only the weekends that I can follow this, and these are my points. If you can share them with your administrator, whoever is in responsibility.
Okay, so we'll decide for weekends. Okay, so because if you are available in weekends, so we'll have a plan for weekends. So anybody guys interested for weekends, you can just share your convenient time. So we'll start a new batch on weekend.
You see, I speak loudly, but that's not mean this is this is what I think. It's not necessarily what everybody thinks. I'm here in Canada myself, and most of the people or the consultant I know, they are busy, and they look for slight time where they can do things, and they will do them very well. And especially we are coming in here to the vacation seasons, and with the COVID, not a lot of people are traveling, okay? That means if you prepare your courses during December, I am sure that you will get a lot of people if you do the right publicize. I myself, maybe I can drag another one or two, and that's what it is.
Okay, so we'll have a plan for this this coming weekends. Okay, we'll start, and this the same timing we'll decide, or it may be some changes. Okay, so at 10 a.m. So it may be a 9 a.m. as per the EST time of US in Canada.
Yeah, 9 p.m. would be perfect. If from 9 to noon or 9 to 1 on a weekend, people will select 4 hours or 5 hours to work on this, and later on do their exercises later. If the main thing of success is the presenter has to present as you do very well, step by step, slowly for everybody to understand. And later on, people, when they are hands-on, they prefer somebody, if they have a question, to do a few exercises, and later on they can take it from on their own, you know. Most of the people that they would like to get these things is really either for refreshment or brand new guys that they are coming into the SAP, and those they need a lot of help, you know. People, when you talk about screen, sub-screen, they will be lost a little bit, but they will get it fast.
Yes. So I would like to ask these two guys about Senthil and Ramana. So do you have any plan for this weekend? So we'll start as soon as possible.
So hi, actually Ramna here. So basically I'm a web consultant, almost 13 years of experience. So, but I worked in, as a developer, I worked in different module like MM, SD, PP, PM, AFI, and even WM also. But I'm not much aware of the functional flow or functional process of, the process of WM or EWM. So, will it be a suitable course for me, or are you, whatever course you're covering, will it be suitable for freshers also? I mean, I'm kind of fresher in functional perspective, not as a SAP consultant.
So, Ramna, you might be knowing that all the technical consultants are now coming into the functional, right?
Correct.
And if you are a techno-functional, then you guys always have more demand.
Correct.
Correct. So people are, the companies are preferring to get the techno-functional nowadays. And very, very few people are there in the market who know both technical and functional in the EWM space.
Okay.
Here a bemol or a dièse or something to that. The industry changes so much. The person who's talking to you, I'm 72 years old. Computer system since 1973, and I've been with a lot of projects around the world. And here in Canada, people, they become very, very smart. Like me myself, I'm a functional consultant, but
Senthil, do you have any questions?
Hey, no, I don't have any questions. I mean, I'm in the US, so the central time, which is 9 o'clock, you guys started. Agree with the weekend also. The weekend timings anywhere or in the night time for us, like at 9 o'clock of my time, would work perfectly. Even 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever that is, that could work perfectly, because during daytime there's work and then the other stuff goes on. So
Okay. At what time you're suitable at night, means evening?
evening, I think. So if it is 9 my time, which will be 10:30 in the morning for you guys in India.
Jay, are
Sounds
you
like that.
available at in morning?
Yes, sir. I am available in the morning hours weekend.
And the other person alluded, I think, even if you guys also have the APO side, where I mean, once with it is an S4, then it's all in one box. Then if you have the demand planning or the SNP or IBP, you guys have that one, that would also work.
So until there will be a different trainer for APO and IBP and other modules. So I can complete the EWM, and then Zahir can arrange the different trainer for APO and IBP based on your choice.
Sounds good.
Okay, so first we'll start, means we'll go with the EWM. I think that you guys as will have a requirement for this APO, so I will arrange a new trainer for APO as well. Okay, so that we already have one more trainers. So, but let me know about the S4HANA EWM. So, you guys are ready for this coming weekend?
Okay, weekend, what time are you guys thinking?
Yes, it's you said as per night and 9 o'clock at evening, right? As per CST time. Is
Right. Yes. Yeah, that is will be 10:30 your time. Yes. Yeah, that would work for me at least.
okay. Ramana, what about you?
I'll mail you later.
Okay. Okay, no problems. Okay, so Ezedine, so Freehide, where are you located?
I'm from Bangalore.
Okay, and what about this Rehide?
Riya is in Canada, so probably he is in the EST time zone.
Okay, so okay, no problem. So we'll plan for weekend, and let me check with other guys as well. So we'll start in this coming weekend. Okay.
Okay, then thanks a lot for attending the demo, and feel free to reach out to me through Zahir in case you have any further questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.